All right, so you want to shoot target focused. The reason you're clicking on this video is because you've heard something about it before, and now you think you're trying to figure out what you're doing wrong, why you're not able to call your shots, what issues you're having. So, real quick, we're going to talk about that, and then I'm going to give you an example of a test you can give yourself, ideally with a buddy, and that will make it a lot easier to see where your focus actually is. A couple days ago, I saw somebody, I don't remember the name, I don't remember where I saw it, but I saw somebody talk about it as soft focus. And the way that I thought about that is when you're driving, you're just kind of looking out in front of you. Nothing's really a target for you. You're just kind of paying attention to everything that's going on in front of you, waiting for something to happen. The next is when you're kind of staring at something or someone, you're picking up details. You're seeing, if you're looking at, there's a log over there. If I'm staring at the end of that log, I could see all the little fragments of where it's broken. That's primary focus. I'm still aware of everything else that's going around, but I'm staring at that log. And that's what I can see. I can see the details on that. If I'm just looking out, I'm not looking at anything particular. That's what soft focus is. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and test which focus we're using. So on the target, you'll see I have a very sloppy drawn X. The idea is to focus on the center of the X where I have a big kind of bullseye, I guess we'll call it. I want my primary focus to be there and just the dot to appear over it. And then as I'm pulling the trigger, I'm seeing the entire target. Some of the common issues that we'll see or that you'll see is if you are just soft focusing on everything in front of you and trying to make it work in your head, the bottom right will appear there, but you're not going to actually see those hits because of the fact that your right eye is still being blocked out by the gun, but your left eye, assuming you're shooting right eye dominant, your right eye is going to be blocked out by the gun. Your left eye is still going to kind of show you what's there, but you won't actually be able to see what's happening instantly. The idea is that when you are staring at the target and you send that first shot, you'll be able to see immediately where that bullet lands. You're essentially watching it go through the cardboard or whatever target you're shooting at, probably cardboard. So the idea is that you call out the shots as they're happening. If you have a buddy, it's easier because they're able to call you out on what you're missing. It's much not impossible to do on your own because you can still kind of verify afterwards, but try and keep it to like 5-10 shots max. I live in the great state of New Jersey and we have 10 round mags, so I'll do it in examples of 10. I'll probably do 2 examples. One where I'm intentionally doing it wrong, and one where I'm intentionally doing it correctly, as long as this all goes to plan. Now, the primary reason that you want to be target focused is for speed and shot calling. The faster that you can move your eyes accurately, the faster you're actually going to move. If you're trying to watch something, like watch the mouse cursor go across the screen, it's going to be much slower than if you just look at the next spot and just bring the mouse to it. That's the first part. Next part is going to be the shot calling. If you're able to stare at it and see visually where that dot was when you broke that shot, you should be able to call that shot. For the test we're going to do today, it's going to be nice and close. You're watching the bullets literally go through. But from a further shot, you're going to be aware of where that dot was on the target, and you're able to call Alpha Charlie Delta Mike. That's the ultimate goal. It's not an easy goal to get to. This is way easier to talk about than it is to do. So don't get frustrated. Just you have to continue to mentally be aware of where your focus is. Are you seeing the exact spot that you're looking at? If you're looking at a bullet hole or you're looking at a Sharpie marker, are you seeing exactly what it is? Or are you just seeing the whole target with that dot in it? It's a very fine difference. And when you finally get it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's get into the test. We'll see how it goes, and we'll be able to talk about it a little bit afterwards. All right, so for this part, I'm going to stare at my dot, kind of slow it down, make it not the example that you're not really going to want to do. So, staring at the dot, at the left, that's slow, that's low, that's low, that's low. So, you can see the shots really aren't going where I want them to, and it's taking me a little bit longer to actually tell you where they are. So now we're going to do the example of staring directly at the dot, at the spot, not at the dot. So now I have hard focus on that. Hit, 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 low, sorry. Hit, left, high, hit, low, right. That was slow. That's because I was mentally trying to process it. Left, hit. So the pace can be much faster, and I'm seeing exactly what's going on. That's the ideal goal, is what you want to see. You want to be able to just instantly see those shots going through. And the further back, you're just picking out where on the target was the dot in relation to when you squeeze the trigger. So really the last thing that I want to say about this test, we'll call it, is that's all it is. It's a test. It's not a drill to make you better. One shot return, when you're just doing it on your own and not having anybody call you out or having this X behind you to see exactly where things are going, you should already be seeing where everything's going. That's the goal behind this, is being able to figure out, okay, what am I staring at? Do I have hard focus on the spot, or do I have soft focus? That's all this test is supposed to be done for. Once you're at a certain level, you could even see in my own shooting, I had to slow down to be able to speak. I can process mentally faster than I can speak it and tell it to you, and I can adjust and do the shooting that I want to do. This is not going to make you better. It's simply going to show you what you're doing. That's all it really is supposed to be for. So if you got anything out of this, or if you have any criticisms or comments, please let me know. Thank you.